Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes. So this is a little excessive. Oh my god. Yeah, so it's time for mega ship construction. I really had to come up with something really good, and I went through about 3 or 4 different designs before I finally settled on this one. There might be a few problems with it, but I'm probably, if there's anything that's really wrong with it, I'm probably going to relaunch it and try everything else out. Now, I did put lights on it. She's got neons, everything. It looks absolutely freaking amazing. And yeah, wow. There goes our solids. I'm really hoping that this stage will take us all the way up, but there's a part of me that thinks that probably not. Maybe. Hopefully. But it's too early to say. That's all I'm gonna say. It's definitely way too early to say. I really did try to create something. Once again, there's solar panels. I really did try to create something that would just kind of work all around, no matter what. So it looks like we don't really. It looks like this combines all the solar panels. I really don't know. I think I screwed up with the solar panels. A lot of this stuff is all aesthetics, and I did put this giant. They put Nick on there because I thought it looked like a kind of like a radar or something like that. So I kind of just threw some stuff on here for the fun of it. Ooh, we should slow down. Now, I'm probably going to take straight off. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm going to do a slight turn here and just kind of keep it on that turn until we break 65. Because I'm not really sure if this thing will even make it with what we got. But I think we're going to get close. And close is good enough for me. This thing really does have great control, too. It's actually kind of silly on how good the control on this ship is. I'm basically controlling it with the SAS right now. I don't even really need any other form of control. I put a large amount of SAS on it, and yeah, this thing just looks freaking awesome. The one thing that we will be doing, though, is we are going to be constructing in orbit around Kerbin. We will not be going to min-miss with this, at least for right now. And I'm probably going to launch like maybe 2 or 3 refueling missions and then put it in orbit around min-miss. Now, refueling this thing, I'm not sure on how I'm going to do it 100%, if I'm actually going to get a whole bunch of fuel up here or do like a whole bunch of launches and stuff like that. But the one thing I did do is keep on a lot of the fuel I can't actually create. So everything else I just basically deleted for the most part. I removed it from this part of the ship. So let's see what we got. We should be getting into orbit fairly soon, but I really don't think we're gonna have enough power to get ourselves into orbit 100%. Let's see. I'm just gonna keep this thing pointed like basically straight up. Now, I did reinforce it with like an absolute ton of struts, so that is kind of the good part. But the only other thing, though, too, is that this is mostly all one piece. I should mention, this obviously is the modded series. So, the modded series, basically, this ship itself is most of it's one piece. The docking ports are separate because the welding mod does not like docking ports. Some of the other stuff on the outside here, the antennas, and I'll extend that antenna, and I'll extend the satellite dish that we got on here too. The freaking satellite dish looks awesome. Everything looks so awesome when it's all deployed. And then we got our put Nick on there, even though we don't really need it for anything at all. There we go. Alright, now we need to start tilting over like crazy, because we really don't have a lot of fuel just to mess around up here. So, I'm just going to try to make sure we can get it in as high of an orbit as we possibly can. I probably could have gotten into orbit a little bit quicker if I would have switched it and actually kind of burned more along this way and kept the orbit a little bit lower. I probably would have gotten into orbit a little bit quicker in hindsight, but I think we're going to be okay. And I'll inflate this. And I have to say, this thing looks so awesome once it's all basically set up. It looks like we just lost our engine as well, our back engine. But I have basically no fear because I can still control it for the most part. Oh god. Oh, don't do this to me, engine. Yeah. Oh god, it's coming back at us. There we go. So we're almost into orbit, I would like to say, but oh my god, this is such a bad idea. I'll just keep it burning up a little bit. And I didn't put any solar panels on this thing. That's the other thing too, is I will not be using any solar panels, at least in this front portion. Our bridge will not need any solar panels. I did not see it being anywhere worth putting tons of solar panels on this thing. And there we go. That's basically what our bridge looks like, all fully deployed. So, rotate. There we go. That is awesome. Now, I put the blue lights on here too, because on the outside of the ship, I'm going to put blue lights, and for the most part on the inside, I will be putting red. So, I think I'm just going to stick with that, at least for now. And if time comes, maybe I'll change and put a few different color lights. They're like neons, you just got to make it look cool. That's about it. I didn't want to put any strobe lights or anything like that on the outside of it. But my god, this looks awesome. So with the RCS fuel, I think I'm pretty much set on RCS right now. I do not think I will be adding any more RCS. And the other thing I'm going to mention as well right now is it's speculative right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not, but I think I might start up a tutorial on constructing megaships and start with like a very basic design and then kind of add on to it and add on to it. But that is kind of still very speculative. I don't really know if I want to do that right now or not. Mostly because it is already a really big pain in the butt to build one of these things. And to make this all one part, I think I'm going to do it more of a stock side instead of a modded series, just so people know how to build with stock parts. So I'm not sure exactly when I will do that, or if I'm going to do that anytime soon. I mean, I have a few other things I've been wanting to do. I have a lot of tutorial style things I would really like to do soon, but I just haven't really had the time and the patience, and not to mention that there's a lot of editing that would be involved with doing something like that. So hopefully we can get into orbit sometime soon here. I really hope we don't run out of fuel. I think we're going to be okay. We're at 1900, and we're not really... Our AP is just kind of staying where it's at, so... Everything's looking amazing! Oh my god. So I'm really hoping that this thing really just turns out really well. I've been spending a lot of time with it, and it kind of has the same design, sort of, as my first interplanetary ship. So I really tried to put together the two ships, the Jool Explorer and my interplanetary ship, my first one. So we got the big docking ports, and we got a nice little engine on here. Well, I'm just kidding. That will not be the engine. I will be adding some major engines on this thing, and I really got to work out exactly how I'm going to do that, where the engines are going to be, and a lot of other things. It's going to be a very big process. So anyways, guys, I'll see you once we actually get into orbit. And we're back, guys. Yeah, so let's just do a few little cleaning house procedures here. Yeah, get all of this. That every little bit of fuel that we can get for free, I'm really going to take and definitely take advantage of. There's really just no point in not taking it, so everything is pretty precious considering, like, I mean, other than getting it for free in the, what is it, the VAB? Well, in the launch, getting it for free there, but I don't really plan on trying to, like, refuel these things any other way, basically, so let's see. We will do one of these. We'll do an IVA, and that is what the IVA looks like, and my god, does it look freaking awesome. And you can even see the blue a little bit, too. I didn't even think you could see all of that. The one thing I can't wait until when we actually have a glass cockpit. What I mean by that, too, is like when you can actually see the Kerbal inside the cockpit from the outside of the ship. But for right now, this is basically what we got. I did decouple this, didn't I? Yeah, see you later. There we go. But yeah, we definitely got into orbit. And I don't know how I did it, but if you look at that, I didn't even try, but that is actually a really, really freaking awesome orbit. So let's see, bring this over here. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Like, beyond perfect. So, let's see, hold on. Yeah, the only other thing I'm really concerned about is the hydrogen, basically, is we do have a lot of hydrogen on here, but that is really not a lot of hydrogen. You can have, like, a few, probably, like, maybe a few 100,000 units of hydrogen and easily burn through all of it really quickly. So I'm not really sure on how many engines or what engine types I'm really going to put on this thing. The one thing I will say is we definitely are going to have xenon engines, even though the xenon is a very low thrust engine. I will not be using the xenons that come stock. There's I forgot exactly, I think it's the near future pack. I'm not 100% sure which one it is, but it basically has an ion thruster that produces 3 newtons of thrust, and I'm probably going to put a good amount of those on here, along with definitely maybe some hydrogen engines. I'm not really sure on how many, and probably some regular fuel rocket engines, just like maybe 4 or 5 nuke engines, and that's about it. So I'm not really sure exactly how much everything's going to really come out to, but I'm really hoping that this ship really turns out really well. So anyways, guys, if you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To all you new people, welcome. And yeah, I will see you next time.